the daily drawdown, and the overall drawdown. Now these three things are one of the most common questions I've actually received: the daily drawdown, overall drawdown, and so on. Ment Funding is the newest prop firm that just launched a few days ago. In fact, it just launched today, right? So in this video, I'm going to show you a quick review on Ment Funding, and I'm going to compare it with MYFOREXFUNDS and FTMO. Why you should choose one out of these three. All right, so make sure that you pay close attention to every details which I'll be sharing with you, because there are a few things I don't actually like about the Ment Funding pro firm, and there are other stuff that you might possibly like, but by the time we go through it, you are going to see why I will recommend a particular one for you. All right guys, without further ado, let's dive right in. So here we are on the website of Ment Funding. As you can see, this is a new pro firm that just came up. I actually love the website. I love the website. The website is actually good. Now this is what they claim. They claim the simplest funding model in the industry, fast, no minimum or maximum trading days, and low spreads from 0.0 pips, right? So is it really true? Now another cool thing about the Ment Funding is you can fund your account up to $1 million, right? No minimum trading days, no maximum trading days, pass same day or take your time. Now, I know most of you might be, okay, you are excited about this. Well, it's actually good, right? But we're going to compare this with FTMO. Now, this is FTMO. In FTMO evaluation process, you have two verification processes, right? You have the phase one, the first challenge, and the second challenge, right? The first challenge is 1 month, while the second challenge is 3 months, right? Now, why that of MYFOREXFUNDS? Same thing. You have the first challenge, you have 1 month, the second challenge is 3 months, right? But the cool thing about MYFOREXFUNDS, don't worry, I'm going to tell you. So let's go ahead and do the comparison. So we're going to compare the evaluation process, then maybe later we're going for the rules. All right, so let's open this in a new tab so that we'll be able to compare them. Now the good thing about this Ment Funding stuff is that you see that it has about 400k account, it has about 1 million account, right? But we're going to be looking at the prices and the daily drawdown and the overall drawdown. Now these three things are one of the most common questions I've actually received: the daily drawdown, overall drawdown, and so on, right? So we're going to compare them with MYFOREXFUNDS and FTMO, right? Because you need to choose one, all right? Because using the right one will actually give you an edge over the market, right? So coming to the evaluation, right? The evaluation process on Ment Funding is just one evaluation, all right? Once you pass one evaluation, then you are going to be funded with an account, right? Why FTMO you have to pass 2 evaluations, while MYFOREXFUNDS you have to pass 2 evaluations, right? Now let's talk about the daily, max loss. How much can you lose in a day? Now in the 25k account, said you lose 1k, you can lose 1k, while in the 50k account you can lose 2k, which is very, very small. And in 100k account you can lose 4k, which is very, very small as well, right? Now coming to FTMO, they're telling us that in their lowest amount, okay, so for instance this is let's see if we can choose the 25k account. Now this is 25k account, right? On the 25k account you can lose 1,250 USD, right? And this one has minimum trading days, but FTMO do not my Ment Funding do not have it, right? And why on MYFOREXFUNDS does not have a 25k account, but they have 20k account, right? So starting drawdown, daily starting drawdown is going to be 1k, while overall drawdown is 2,400. Remember, this one is not up to 25k account, right? why this has 25k account. In fact, it started from 25k, does not have a 10k account. Why my forex fund has a 10k account? What about FTMO? FTMO do not have a 20k account, but it has 25k account and that of 10k account. Now looking at this, right now, if you ask me on this take, I would prefer my forex fund over this. Why? Now, a few reasons, right? Because when it comes to evaluation, now in phase 1 you get just 80%, while in phase 2 just 5%, which is very cheap. Now in FTMO, in phase 1 you are going to, the profit target is going to be 10%, while phase 2 is going to be I think it was about 5% also, right? Now you must understand this. When we talk about what's it called now when we talk about the daily drawdown and the target, it matters a lot, right? Before we can talk about prices and the rest, right? You must take note of these things. Now overall drawdown, now in a 100k account, they said the overall drawdown is, so in fact let's just use the 100k as a case study. Now they said the overall drawdown is 5k, while daily drawdown is 4k, which I really don't like. Now compared to what my forex fund offer and what FTMO offer. So this is FTMO. You can see the daily drawdown is 5k, while the overall drawdown is 10k. So you have time, you'll be able to, to do whatever you want to do. But this has an advantage. Now the advantage it has is that it's going to make you to be very focused, that I have, but the truth is that it will be very difficult for most of you to get to the profit target. Why? Because of the drawdown, right? Because of the overall drawdown, because they want you to use a very small leverage, very small lot size to, in getting whatever you want to get. But the good thing about this is that there's no minimum or maximum trading days, right? So but they have evaluation process, and the evaluation step is 10%, as you can see right there. That's the target, 10%. And another thing I really don't like about this is the leverage, right? They give 1 to 10 leverage, right? Why FTMO give 1 to 100? Where is it? Where can we find it again? 1 to 100. Why my forex fund, this is my forex fund, it gives 1 to 100 as well, right? For normal currency pairs, why 1 to 50 for CFDs and so on, right? Now why this one, which is Ment funding, it has 1 to 10 on FX and 1 to 20 on indices. Now if you notice, they put 1 to 10 on FX because currencies, their pairs are not that volatile, right? Why on indices they increased it? Why? Because they want you to lose your money. Now this is something you must understand about prop firms, all right? Prop firms don't, they actually make money off of your money, right? So that's why you need to get the right skills so that you'll be able to pass each stages they give to you. Now you see the trick right here. Now most of you might not see this, right? You might not see this, but I can see it clearly. Now why on FTMO you can see that everything is, so far FTMO is really good, right? But I think the only prop firm that is competing with FTMO, which I really like, is the MYFOREXFUNDS, right? MYFOREXFUNDS is, in fact, it beats FTMO for now, right? So let's go ahead and do some evaluations yourself so you see yourself. All right, now coming to the payment, this is when it gets off, right? Coming to the payment, you see for a 25k account you are going to pay $250, right, for a 25k account, which is very expensive. Why on FTMO, for, let's see, for a 25k account, how much is it on FTMO? On FTMO for a 25k account is also the same thing, right, for your first payment, right, which this also offer. Why in FTMO the 50k account is 345. Let's change this to now this is the amount you pay. That's about that's about 380 USD if you convert that, right, on FTMO. Why on Ment Ment funding is about 450. Now what about my forex funds? My forex fund has a 20k account which gives you only for $139, which is actually good, which I really like, and which I recommend that most of you should start up with, right? You need to start up with something that you can actually afford. Don't go for something you cannot afford, right? So this is why it's very, very important that you understand these things before you dive in. All right, now by the way, my recommendation is in the video description. You can as well use my affiliate link. That's the pro firm I personally use because I love it. I've checked some of these one. So far this my forex funds still beats the rest and hands down, right, for so many things. Now going to the 100k account, which is very interesting, right? FTMO gives you, let's see, the 100k account, FTMO gives you for, that's about almost same amount, right? Almost the same amount, but I think FTMO is about 600, while my forex fund is a 100k account is about 499 USD, which is really, really cheap. So if you want to compare all this stuff, right, if you want to compare them, my forex fund is way cheaper. Target is better, daily drawdown is better, overall drawdown is better, and there's no monthly fees, right? There's no monthly fees unlike funding talent and some other stuff out there, right? So Ment funding is actually a good pro firm, but it's expensive and the leverage is very low, and the daily drawdown is very low, and the overall drawdown is very low compared to my forex funds pro firm. Now another thing you need to understand about this is, now Ment funding has about have an account up to 1 million, right, which both FTMO and my forex fund do not have, right? But look at the amount they're using to register for it. This is the amount, right? So maybe that's what the next that's what my forex funds and FTMO needs to include to their programs, right? But one good thing about them is that with my forex fund you'll be able to have 300k account or 200k account, which means you can have up to 600k account, and they can merge it together once you are able to pass them separately. All right, so I recommend, so if you ask me now which one should I recommend for you, well, your money is yours and you just have to make your decision. I've revealed everything to you. I've shown you things I really don't like about this. I'm talking about the profit split. This is just 75%. Now why my forex fund gives you up to 85%, right? See that 85% profit split. What about FTMO? FTMO gives you about 85% as well. Now they tell you that is 95, but it's not actually. Okay, look at it, it said up to 90% of profit, right? So they can only give you this when you are already working with them full like as a funded trader. Now if you ask me, I would say that FTMO, my forex funds and Ment funding, they are actually good pro firms, but coming to the price, right, my forex fund beats FTMO and Ment funding. Coming to the profit split, FTMO is better coming to the profit split, but I would say my forex fund is really cool. Why? Because look at that, 85% profit split. Now when it comes to why Ment funding is just 75 pips percent for now, which is lower than the other two, right? And another thing is the daily drawdown. Ment funding daily drawdown is very small compared to my forex fund and FTMO. So what I recommend is, like, I will recommend what I have used, what I really think is better for my subscribers, right? So for now, I recommend that you go for my forex funds. All right, go for my forex funds, because my forex funds actually offer you a cool stuff, offer you things that you need to start off as a trader, as a prop firm trader, right? If you want to be funded, this is one of the easiest prop firm I've ever seen, and one of the best for now. Okay, now the one of the reason is that you don't have to wait for the 1 full month before you get to the next phase, right? So let's assume that you complete your first phase in 5 days. Just send them an email. They are going to send you your details, right? So I just hope that Ment Funding is going to look into some of this stuff and improving them, because they are actually some are good while others are not good. In every prop firm, you are going to see good, you are going to see a pro, and you are going to see a con in every prop firm. All right, so guys, just go for what is best for you. But in case you want my recommendation, check the video description in case you want my recommendation. All right, so thank you very much for watching. Ensure that you subscribe, and you want to learn exactly how you can pass any challenge or any funding prop firm stuff. Just go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. We teach you all of that, and God bless you. Peace.